Hey everyone, Tyson the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George here, and today I have the pleasure of showing you the 2025 Subaru Forester Sport in the Sapphire Blue Pearl. Now, I think this is the first Sapphire Blue one I've seen. I could be incorrect, but I think it is. And I think this is my second favorite color. I love the Sapphire Blue with the bronze on the Sport. And of course, this is a redesign year for the Forester. Updated exterior, updated interior, drivetrain, new front end. Sport is an existing trim from the 24 Foresters, but you've got some pretty big changes. It's not just a color package, although it does have that. New front end on the Foresters, definitely squarer, more boxy, more flat than we're used to seeing. We have this hexagonal design language down here, both the outer shape and the inner textured shape, and you'll notice that throughout the Forester. We have some new fog lights, which I don't think are done justice during the day. Seeing them at night is really a much bigger difference. Larger front grille, still hexagonal shaped. Got the new styled headlights, still LED, still steering responsive. You've got high beam assist, but overall front shape completely different than the outgoing. It's powered by a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder boxer engine producing 180 horsepower. So it's a good balance of power and efficiency. We get 19-inch bronze alloy wheels, and that's on the Sport. You've got the cladding around the wheel wells, as you'd expect out of Subaru. We've got the functional vents. We've got black painted mirror caps with the integrated turn signals. Then up top, we have the low profile roof rails, and that's on the Sport, of course. Sport and the Premier get these with the gloss black. But give you another look at the side profile. It's still that boxy Forester that we know and love. 8.7 inches minimum ground clearance. And at the bottom here of the doors, we've got a elongated hexagonal piece with, again, more texture. Now you'll notice it's a little bit dirty. It was just out on a road test. This just arrived and went through the shop. Hasn't had a full detail yet. At the back, fuel door, still here. Large fuel door. Regular fuel, nothing fancy, no premium required. We've got bronze symmetrical all-wheel drive badge. They've moved the all-wheel drive badge from the back of the car to the sides here. And new taillights, which I actually quite like. We've got half of a hexagon there. It does say Subaru right there. And that wraps around into this black metallic piece into the logo and around to the other side of the hexagon. Of course, badging on all of them is now blacked out, except for the Sport badge, which is bronze to match the rest of it. We have Forester debossed into the tailgate there, which is quite nice. You see that on a lot of pickups, the Tacoma, F-150, everyone's starting to do it. We've got another hexagonal piece, a hexagonal piece around the exhaust finisher. We have backup sensors integrated into the rear bumper, and they'll actually apply the brakes if it thinks you're gonna hit something in reverse between speeds of 1 and 15 kilometers an hour. We have a new proximity kick gate. You kick and you have to back up. It actually has to sense this key moving away for it to pop open. If you don't step away, it won't do it. We've got a new topographic map style cargo tray. We've got a little bit of a lip around the cargo tray to help contain any liquids or spills that may happen. We've got nice hard mount physical tie downs in each front corner and in the back corners, but we also end up with some things like those little Easter eggs like the telescope. We've got there. We do get the upgraded Harman Kardon audio system in the Sport, which is a new addition. Got grocery bag hooks on either side, along with a 12-volt power point. We've got more. We've got compass. This one was actually very hard to find. That was the hardest one for me. Mountains. And then we have a nice little LED cargo light. Now we can shut that off. And then to close it, we can pull down. We've got the button to close. We can close and lock, or you can still kick. So if your hands are full, you grab something, again, kick and back up. It beeps 3 times, and on the third, it closes, which is handy. So you can close it even after you've got your hands full of stuff that you've pulled out of the Forester. And of course, being the Sport, you do get those new Stablex dampers, so it does have slightly tighter suspension than the other Foresters, which is nice. Great if you're a fast driver and enjoy twisties. Moving into the second row of the Forester, you have a ton of room, just like the previous gen Forester. You've got A ton of headroom, ton of legroom. Taller passengers will fit comfortably. I'm a bigger guy. I fit comfortably in the Forester. Now, one of the nice changes they've made is we get the StarTech soft touch all-weather upholstery in here, so it's non-perforated, as you can see, kind of like a neoprene. Very, very comfortable, easy to clean. The idea is if you live an active outdoorsy lifestyle, you have pets, you got kids, it's gonna get dirty. It's easy to wipe down and clean. We've got super easy access to the latch system, those lower anchors and tethers for children. I was actually a little concerned at first because they didn't have covers that it was gonna press into my lower back or my butt when sitting on it. Luckily, that's not the case. We have a fold down armrest with integrated cup holders. We've got vents out of the center console, in addition to underneath each front seat facing rearward to heat up and cool down the second row more effectively. We have 2 USB ports for charging. We've got 3 map back pockets on either side, tons of storage. This is a textured step, and you're designed to stand on that if you're putting anything on the roof, on the crossbars that you can get for these roof rails. And that's a lot better than standing on the tire, because the tire sits inside the fender, and if I'm standing on the tire, I'm right at the back here. This is dead center of my chest while standing on a tire. That right there is gonna put you in a precarious situation if you're leaning over to put stuff on there. Rear door card itself, soft touch, bronze accents tie everything together, soft touch armrest, which is great. Even where you put your thumb, which is kind of an odd thing to focus on, that's soft as well, which is nice. We've got cup and bottle holders. We've got this extra little silver bar that I get asked about all the time. That's an extra side impact crash safety bar. It goes through the door and it locks in there, and it's designed to stop intrusion into the passenger cab in the event of a side collision, which I hope none of you ever need to experience. Child locks. Nice, solid closing doors. I don't know if the mic caught that, but it's not tinny like some of the other vehicles out there right now. These door cups are absolutely massive. Lots of room for larger hands. Even the back ones, large door cups. Up front, door card looks very, very similar to that of the rear. Just came in, like I said. So, a little bit of plastic. You've got piano black, soft touch materials, soft touch armrest. There's a little bit more storage there with the bottle holder. And then we have our auto front windows, regular power windows for the rear, and our window lock, power mirror adjustment, and of course, they never miss out on an opportunity to tell you it's a Harman Kardon system. Driver's seat is the same material, same colorway as the second row, but these seats are specially designed. They're the same ones that you find in the Crosstrek. They're designed for long distance travel, keep you in a more relaxed position. You're less fatigued at the end of a long day of driving. And when you're less fatigued, you're more alert, less likely to be involved in accidents. So they're phenomenal. I've spent a ton of time in these seats. They're great. You've got a large sliding sunroof. By our left knee, we have the ability to open the rear hatch. We can turn off the kick sensor, and then we've got a scroll wheel for the brightness of the gauges. Even up top here, stitching. And semi-soft touch on the dash there, which is nice. Steering wheel is leather wrapped, and it's heated. And we've got bronze. Everything ties together nicely in this vehicle, this Forester. Left-hand side of the steering wheel, we have our Bluetooth and audio controls. You can make and take calls, control the volume of the calls and the music, accept calls, hang up calls, access Google Assistant or Siri, control your volume, switch from AM to FM to USB to auxiliary, etc. Presets. Right-hand side, we have intelligent and sport sharp drive mode. So intelligent, you can see that blue line. Sport sharp's that sharp pink one. So sport sharp, you're gonna go faster sooner, use a little bit more fuel, set it at a higher RPM. Pretty standard. We have our adaptive cruise and our lane centering. Both of those use these 3 black boxes, those color stereo EyeSight cameras, to look for cyclists, road lines, pedestrians, and other vehicles. These cameras are also part of the automatic emergency braking system, so it's designed to stop you from hitting other vehicles, and that saves you 10% on your basic insurance here in BC. So when I turn on the adaptive cruise, I get an image of the Forester there, and you'll notice that there's 3 bars ahead of it, all the way up to 4. That is the follow distance behind the vehicle ahead of you that you will follow at if you catch up while using cruise. You can increase or decrease. 4 is the maximum, 1 is the minimum. 4 bars at 100 kilometers an hour is roughly 150 to 180 feet behind the vehicle ahead of you. So a good safe distance. Lane centering, when you turn it on, you get an image of the steering wheel and the hands right there. And those lines will go white on the corresponding side to what these cameras can see for road lines. And above 60 kilometers an hour, it will actually give you gentle steering input to keep you centered in your lane. Easy to overpower. It's not hands-free. We're not self-driving, but it's a nice aid. Again, use it on a longer trip. You're less fatigued. You're not drifting in your lane. It's very, very nice. We do also have paddles, downshift and upshift. We can manually select our own gears in the automatic CVT. We've got an 11.6-inch touchscreen, which is currently covered in plastic. And it'll close the sunroof. So they've broken this into 3 portions. Top portion, we've got some gauges. We've got what we're listening to. And these we can change around. I simply click, brings up the menu, and I'll change it to what I always change them to. We've got weather, which is part of your satellite radio trial. And then we get access to dual function X mode, which is like 4x4 low in a pickup for that rough off-road, steep, downhill, uphill terrain you may come across in your Subaru heading out in the bush. Got snow and dirt, deep snow and mud, works up to 40 kilometers an hour and then kicks back to normal if you exceed that. Main portion of the screen, we have physical volume and tuning knobs, which are nice. We've got radio, media, and phone. Under apps, we have wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You gain access to the My Subaru app after the vehicle's registered in your name. Doubles up there. Car info. We can see driving statistics. We can set maintenance reminders. When you put it in reverse, backup camera pops up. Rear assist braking's on. Parking sensors are on. Shows you the top of the bumper there. So you've got something to relate to. And you can clean the backup camera from inside the vehicle, which is absolutely the best thing ever. Bottom portion, we've got our home button that always takes us to this screen. We can deactivate auto start stop. We can activate auto vehicle hold, which is like a brake holder for construction drive through rush hour traffic. We can go into the car here. You can change a bunch of the different settings. You can turn different things on or off. Home allows you to hook up to 5 phones in total, or devices in total, to the Bluetooth system, and then you can set driver profiles if you want. Bottom, very bottom, we've got our climate controls. We do still have physical buttons on either side, so you can have 2 separate temperatures. We can do it physical buttons, or we can click the screen, up it comes. We can sync it all together, click, drag, whatever you need. Very easy. Control where our airflow is. If we want AC on, max AC, recirc. And if I don't touch that for a while, that'll actually just disappear, which is nice. So you don't have to worry about reaching up and pressing that X. Simple. Fan strength buttons. Then our heated seats. 3 stages for both the driver and passenger. Easy to use. Turn them off all at once, just hold and touch. We've got 2 USBs and an auxiliary below that. We've got a wireless charger. Soft touch on the transmission tunnel, which is nice if you ever have to lean your leg against it, your knee against it. It's not going to hurt as much in the long run. We've got our automatic CVT drive selector with manual mode. This is actually something to pay attention to, and again, kind of like the soft thumb rest on the door, it feels good in my hand. Of course, comfort's totally subjective to everyone, so I really like that. That's something that's a little bit different to focus on, but I do like how that feels in my hand. I like the synthetic shifter boot, again, with the color, the bronze stitching. And then on the dash, I really like the passenger dash. That texture is awesome with the bronze accents. It ties this interior together. It all kind of flows, which is nice. We have park brake, which is electronic. You pull up to activate. If my foot's not on the brake and I push down, it doesn't turn off, and it actually tells you put your foot on the brake. So foot on the brake, push down, off it goes. Got a soft touch armrest with a ton of storage in it. No power points in there, but there's a place to run cords through. We've got 12-volt power point, some offset cup holders. You can fit large Tim Hortons cups in there without issue. They don't bounce around. These work real well. And up top, my favorite feature ever in any vehicle, auto dimming rear view mirror. So no switch to flick. If someone's got the brights on behind you, just automatically dims. This does have the HomeLink system. You can hook up to 3 separate garage doors to your mirror. You don't have to carry a bulky visor opener with you or in your door card or in your armrest or anything like that. You can't forget it's built in after you hook it up. We've got LED map lights, our sunroof control. We have access to SOS and roadside. After the vehicle's registered in your name, you get to set up for the My Subaru app. And then we have sunglass storage. It is a manual shade, but if you drag the glass back, it will drag this with it. And then if you close the glass, it'll drag that. You can't accidentally have the shade closed and the glass open, which is nice. Card holders on both sun visors, and these sun visors are quite tall, which I like. Vanity mirror with light, and then of course you can extend that to the side if the sun's directly at your left or your right, which is fantastic in my opinion. I like using these on longer trips. That is a quick look at the 2025 Subaru Forester Sport in the Sapphire Blue. I really like this Sapphire Blue with those bronze accents. I think they've done a fantastic job with it. Superior in comfort versus the previous gen Forester, and you get a lot of value in each of the Forester trims. Have a salesperson give you a demo, show you how EyeSight works, especially the lane centering and adaptive cruise, and see what the new Forester is all about. So thank you for sticking with me, watching my walkthrough of the 25 Forester Sport in the Sapphire Blue Pearl. I'm Tyson, the Subaru specialist from Subaru Prince George. If you guys have any questions about this car, any of the tech in it, any of the vehicles, or any of the tech in our lineup, please put it in the comments below. Love hearing from you guys. If you're in British Columbia looking for a Subaru, don't mind making a trip up north, please reach out to me. I'd love to help you find your perfect Subaru. Again, thanks for watching. We'll talk soon.